Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle one of the biggest, most persistent challenges that businesses are facing today: inflation. And look, this isn't just some abstract economic headline. No, it's a direct assault on your company's profitability. But here's the good news. There's a playbook, a set of strategies to fight back, and we're going to walk through it together.
So let's just start with the most direct question I can ask you. Is inflation, right now, slowly and quietly killing your business? You know, the tough reality is that for most companies, the answer to that question is a hard yes. Inflation is like this silent margin killer. If you don't have a deliberate strategy to fight it, it will just steadily chip away at your bottom line.
And see, inflation isn't just one thing. It's an attack coming from all sides at once. Just think about it. Your raw material prices are climbing. Your energy bills are probably skyrocketing. The cost to ship anything, your transportation fees are way up. And of course, labor expenses are growing. Every single one of these is a direct hit to your profit margins.
And this really gets to the heart of it. Doing nothing is not a strategy. Just passively accepting these cost increases, that's a guaranteed path to watching your profits shrink. And this is exactly where having a strategic procurement team becomes absolutely critical.
So, how do you actually fight back? Well, let's open up the playbook. Strategy number one, and this is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about, is to achieve radical cost transparency.
Cost transparency, it's not just about knowing the final price you pay for something. It's about understanding why you're paying that price. It means you stop taking a supplier's price hike at face value, and instead, you dig in. You develop this incredibly detailed, data-driven picture of their own costs. Are their material costs really up 15%, or is it more like 5%? Having that intelligence is what separates just buying things from true strategic sourcing. So to get there, your procurement teams basically have to become data detectives. First, they're tracking and analyzing the core commodity prices for the things you buy. Then they build models to understand the production and logistics costs. All this analysis gives you the hard data you need to decide if a price increase is actually fair or if there's room to push back.
Okay, so once you have that transparency, something powerful happens. You gain leverage. And that leverage is the key to executing strategy number two: renegotiating your key contracts.
Now you're moving beyond that old-school haggling over a single price. You're building smarter, more flexible agreements. Maybe that means adjusting the pricing mechanisms themselves, or you could revise payment terms to help your own cash flow. And a really powerful tool is to introduce index-based pricing. This basically links the price you pay to a public commodity index, which creates a lot more fairness and predictability for everybody involved.
All right, on to our third core strategy. This one is all about building resilience for the long haul. You have to diversify your supplier base. Because in today's world, being dependent on one source is a massive, massive vulnerability.
The main goal here is pretty simple, really. You have to systematically, deliberately reduce your dependency on any single source. We're talking one company, one factory, or even one single country. Putting all your eggs in one basket just creates way too much risk. Diversification is your insurance policy.
And when you do this, the payoff is huge. I mean, first, you slash your risk of some major disruption. Second, when you have multiple suppliers, you create natural competition. And you know what that means, right? Better pricing. And third, it gives you incredible flexibility to adapt and shift gears in a market that's always changing.
Now, theory is great, but let's see how this playbook actually works in the real world. Let's look at the shield in action with a company that has absolutely mastered this stuff.
And the company we're going to look at is a giant of operational excellence, Procter & Gamble. You see, during times of intense cost pressure, P&G's procurement team becomes one of the main drivers of their financial success.
So how do they pull it off? Well, for them, this is a continuous process. They are always optimizing their sourcing. Their teams go into negotiations armed with all that data we talked about, ready to have smart conversations. And they invest heavily in building these hyper-efficient logistics networks to keep transportation costs under control. It's the playbook we just discussed, but executed at a world-class level.
And this quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? The real difference between the companies that thrive and the ones that just struggle during these inflationary times, it often comes down to the strength of their procurement leadership.
This all points to a massive shift in thinking. The old-school view of procurement is just some back-office function that places orders. That's completely outdated. It's not enough anymore.
Instead, you have to think of it as a strategic shield,
A modern procurement team is a proactive, protective force. It's standing on the front lines, actively defending the company's margins and its profitability from all the economic craziness out there. So, I want to leave you with a question to think about for your own organization. Take a hard look. Do you see your procurement function as a simple cost center, a place that just processes purchase orders? Or have you empowered it to become the strategic shield it truly needs to be to protect your company's future? The answer to that could define your success.